Seanad McCarthy.
Thank you, Leader. Today I just want to briefly mention what my colleague Senator Andrews has mentioned about the ARP payment and the proposed reduction to those that are hosting Ukrainians in Ireland. And I understand that the government has difficult decisions to make in this regard, but we must make sure that public money is wisely spent. But we also have to consider the human consequences of this. And I noticed in the last number of months at our homeless cafe on Pearse Street, a number of Ukrainians are turning up and they're starting to increase. The Irish Red Cross has warned today that many of the families that are hosting Ukrainians in Ireland will no longer host when the ARP payment has wound down. So I'm speaking from personal experience. I've taken Ukrainians myself when the war broke out into the organisation Tiglin. I've also travelled to Ukraine and I've seen firsthand the resilience and the dignity of the people. But also many of the people that I know that are hosted. I know I was talking to a family, they're from Mariupol, they've nothing to go back to. So they're not just people receiving support, they're people that have become part of the community here. And we should never forget why they came here in the first place. They didn't leave homes by choice. They fled bombs, violence and a loss of everything that they knew as home. So as we review the supports, I agree with Senator Andrews, it has to be fair, but I simply ask that we do so with wisdom, we do so with compassion, and let's make the decisions that are financially responsible for the Irish, but also recognise the enormous situation the Ukrainians are in. So I hope the Minister will carefully consider the concerns raised by the Red Cross. And just as I was coming in this morning, Leader, standing on the lawn at the Merrion side of Leinster House, it's hard to ignore the ragwort that's growing on the grass. So under the Noxious Weeds Act, 1936, ragwort is a noxious weed. Landowners have a legal duty to prevent its growth, so do councils, etc., and failure to do so can result in a fine of €1,000. So this is the House that makes the laws. There's an argument that ragwort is not, it shouldn't be illegal, so then that's fine. But we can't ask farmers, councils and ordinary people to uphold the law if we don't do it ourselves. We're the ones who make the law, and yet either we change the law or we uphold it. We shouldn't be seen to tolerate. Thank you, Leader.